Hello, YouTube. Oh, let's try and get that right. Hey, there we are. Hello, YouTube. So, I have been researching swords now for some time, and I ordered one off of Amazon.com, which they sent to me in a box labeled as sports equipment. So, I'm about to find out if I got a steal or if I just didn't get hurt. So, what I have here is some paper. And what I have under the paper is a big ass box. Big ass box. Now, this is a drum roll please, Makoto, but not just any Makoto. This is a 1060 high carbon steel Makoto. Now, in all of my research, I was not aware that such a thing existed. So I don't know exactly what's going on here. But I'll tell you, I have an idea. And we'll get to that in a minute. So, inside the box, we have a black bag and a sword-like object inside the black bag. Well, that's handy. That was easily done. Very nice bag, by the way. Feels very kind of satiny and stuff. Let's throw that back here. So, here we have it. A 1060 steel, full-sized Makoto Katana. Alright, now, let's start off here with some full disclosure. I am not a katana guy. I bought this because I don't have any goddamn sense, probably. But I did a lot of research, and I decided that I was going to stick with, the lowest price possible because I am not a katana guy, and I don't want to go out and spend a whole shitload of money on something that I'm not going to like. So I thought I was, and I still am actually, willing to spend less money just to see, get a feel for it, learn a few things, because I bought this with a plan. So I'm going to go through all the bits and bobs, and I'm probably going to get most of this wrong. And yes, I am stealing the phrase bits and bobs from some guy that I've been watching on. I think I've seen 100 of his freaking videos, and he's a great, amazing guy. Jensen, I think his name is. He's very good with doing reviews, and I watched a lot of his videos. I hope I've learned a lot. I'll try not to use the bits and bobs thing anymore, and I'll try not to steal any more of his shit. So, but I will say this, I do own this, and that's how I came to own it. I used to do Renaissance festivals many years ago, and I think it's been about 20 years now since I quit doing that, and I quit basically because, the political crap going on at the Renaissance Festival that I was most active in kind of made it no fun anymore. And that was about 20 years ago, and in 20 years I've gotten older and fatter and poorer, like you do. But I wanted to get back into something to do with swords, and this seemed like a pretty good way to go. So here we have it, and the saya, the scabbard, I'm pretty sure that's what that is actually very nice. I was looking at it here, and I don't know if you can catch it in the light. The only blemish I can catch is right here. Other than that, I don't see anything wrong with this. Um, this little knotty thing is pretty nice. It's very beautiful, very well done, but well done. So, take this out and set it down for a moment. There's some kind of little metallic bit. It feels like brass, and it feels like it's loose. And yeah, it's a little loose. I will say that the only thing so far I've seen that irritates me about this Scabbard, this Saya, is that I like details. And the fact that this is bare wood kind of nags me. But I have some Chinese calligraphy ink at home. And I'm not at home right now, but yeah. I'm doing this from work. But I have some Chinese calligraphy ink at home, and since I apparently have to glue this thing back on anyway, I will go ahead and take a Q-tip and dab this little wood bit that I can see with a little black ink. Other than that, like I said, there's no scars, blemishes. It's in very good condition. It's a very beautiful Scabbard. So, yeah, score. All right, so then we come to this. Now we have what appears to be, I don't know if you can see that or not, this little pattern of wavy crap along the blade. Yeah, that's fake. The blood groove, I believe it's called a bohea, is on both sides. It goes through the whole thing, so it goes whoosh. Yay! The blade itself is in there really good. Everything fits very tightly, but I hear a rattle. And it looks like it's, yeah, this little brass bit here. I have no idea what that is. I can actually see light underneath it. Let me see if I can find something here. Oh, here we go. So there's a little bit of space here. Right here. Hang on a second. I don't think that you'll see this on the video, but I'm pretty sure that that's not supposed to do that. There's just not quite the width of a plastic spoon space there. And I see another little space on the handle right here at the bottom, like it was cut a little kind of sideways like. Other than that, bit's pretty good. Everything's tight. Like if the blade doesn't move, I can feel this moving. But the blade itself, it's in there. That's pretty well in there. So I'm guessing that what I'm going to need to do it, and by the way, when I bought this, I expected to do maintenance to it. This is my learning curve. I suspect I either need a thicker brass spacer or maybe put a second one in. I'll have to figure that one out. If I do that, I don't know if I would need to put it on the back side or the front. I think I need to put it on the front if I don't want that to rattle. So the handguard, the Suba, is got all these wonderful patterns on it. I believe it's a sunflower pattern. I'll double check that here in a minute. Other than that, the sword's pretty plain Jane. This metal part here doesn't have any decoration on it at all, and there's no decoration on this butt cap, whatever it's called. That's pretty simple, and I like that. I think it looks really nice. The diamonds, Mr. Jensen would be upset about these diamonds, but I'm not, because as I said, I didn't pay very much for it, and I'll share that with you in a few minutes. Now there's some little dragons underneath the wrapping here. It feels kind of like a cottony wrap. I think it's probably the same material that's on the saya. Now the only part that I'm having trouble with is something that I'm not going to be too upset about, I don't think. The advertisement on Amazon.com said that the ray skin wrap on the handle was real, and I'm not entirely sure I believe that. Now when I get home and I can look at it better, I may change my mind. I may decide to believe them. I don't know yet. I don't know anything about ray skin, so I don't know what that is actually supposed to look like. It just looks like some kind of pattern to me, and I can't make out any irregularities. It looks like a pattern, but I can't discern the pattern, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I think overall I made a good deal. And I do have a magnet, so we can find out a few things. Start out, the blade steel, so that makes me happy. I was kind of surprised that it was, actually. The Tsuba is not metal. The little part here is not metal, and I suspect this isn't either. But hey, the blade is. So now the only question remains is how good a blade is it? And I suspect one of two things is going on here. Yeah, that's not metal either. Well, if it's metal, it's not steel or iron. I suspect that what I've found is either something that is in fact 1060 high carbon steel that was not hardened properly, or if I'm extremely lucky, it's just a discontinued item. I don't know. Now I did email Makoto, but I haven't heard back from them. To be fair though, when I emailed them, it was over a holiday weekend, but that's been about 10 days now. So if they're going to write me back, I'm sure that they would have. So yeah, there we go. A sword. So, I promised I would share some information about this wee beastie. Let me find the paperwork here. I'm poorly prepared for this. There we go. Alright, Makoto. Can't tell if that's in good position or not. Alright, so here's the fact sheet on it. Just read this. This is a Makoto hand-sharp katana samurai sword, 41-inch full size, black, Himawari. In parentheses it says sunflower. Tsuba 1060 high carbon steel, real ray skin. We've talked about the ray skin. We'll skip the price for a moment. The sword has been hand forged from 1060 high carbon steel. The sword has universal hardness throughout the blade. Well, we've kind of talked about that too. I don't know if that's the proper hardness for 1060 steel, or if this is, maybe a kind of a lackluster job, and I've got a high-functioning 1045 on my hands. I don't know. The Kiseki, I will be honest, I do not know what the hell a Kiseki is well defined with an aesthetic Hammond down the length of the blade. That would be the little fake wavy bit. The top of the blade features a bohea blood groove to lower the weight and give audible feedback when the sword is swung. Yes, it goes whoosh. Battle ready. The blade is full tang, sharp, and fully functional. Double pegged Suka. Yes, there are in fact 2. Count them. 1, 2 pins. Or, it doesn't say what they are. I know there's a name. Somebody, please tell me. I'll probably look it up by the time you do, but that's another story. The saya is wooden with a black high-gloss piano finish, authentic raised skin-wrapped handle with quality Saigyo and Ito braid. Yeah, that really probably should have been a separate little point. The overall length is 41, the blade length is 28 inches. Includes a black cotton sword bag for carrying and protection. I know that I will feel safe knowing that I have a black cotton sword bag. So, this wonderful little experiment has cost me $56. So, I don't believe I've gotten hurt. Even if this turns out to be a poor quality 1060 blade, it's still a 1060 blade. Now, I plan on using this for, let me turn the camera angle here. I plan on using this for a couple of things. I hadn't decided. I think I've already said I'm not a katana guy. And I had wanted to try Tamashigiri. And I had also wanted to try Iaido. So I thought I would go ahead and get a katana. It's been a long time since I've seriously worked with a sword. So hopefully the next time I do one of these videos, I'll have all 10 fingers. We'll see. Yeah, so there it is. Now, a friend of mine who actually does sword stuff still had mentioned to me that people who do Iaido don't usually use sharpened blades. And I explained to him what I'm about to explain to you. I prefer sharp blades. And it's not so much a macho thing. It's not, oh, it's battle ready. Even if this thing is battle ready, I sincerely hope I never have to find out. But one of the things I did learn many years ago when I was doing the Renaissance Festival was that if you had a dull sword, you were more likely to be lazy, to not pay attention to what you're doing, to do stupid things. So this is, well, let's find out how sharp it is. This is, okay, a little bit at the end didn't come off. It's all right. Moderately sharp. Let's say that will probably put a hurt on somebody. So now I know that I am holding in my hands a weapon. That may not be the best quality weapon, but it is a weapon. So when I'm learning how to use this thing and, you know, practicing drawing this thing out of a scabbard at, you know, well, not to start out with, it'll be pretty slow, but eventually, hopefully, high speed. When I am whacking things and cutting them in half, I will always be mindful of the fact that this is not a toy. So, there you go. Let me know if you think I got hurt. If you think I made a bad deal. If you have any idea what this is, or maybe you own one, by all means, drop me a comment. If you need to correct anything I said, because I don't know what these things are. I know just enough Japanese to either get raped or killed the first time I go to Japan. And I'm not pretty, so I'm pretty sure I would just get stabbed. Anyway, YouTube, there it is. I thought I would share this. I've never seen anyone review a 1060 steel Makoto. I've never even heard of such a thing. So that's what prompted this, and there you go. By the way, as of me putting this up on YouTube, there were 10 of these left. So there you go. Have a wonderful day. And hopefully in a few months, when I've learned a little bit how to use it, I can do a follow-up and talk about the way it works as far as keep an edge. Oh, I know what I should have checked, since I have you here, and that is the balance point, which I'm hoping is somewhere here, but it's not. It appears to be right about here. Yep, there's my sweet spot, which is 5.5 or 6 inches past the hilt, or the handguard, excuse me. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I had planned on doing some upgrades anyway, so I'm going to see what will happen if I get an iron tsuba and maybe put a little bit more length on the back side. This is, I think, 10.5 inches handle. I've found them for sale as long as 15 inches. I don't know if I would prefer that or not. I certainly am willing to try, but I want to get this balance point a little bit closer to the handguard, to the tsuba. So anyway, there you go. 1060 Katana, Makoto. Like it or love it, hate it or whatever, hate it. Let me know.